What if I told you that the oldest surviving Christian tradition on earth preserved a Bible the rest of the world tried to erase? A Bible with books so ancient, so dangerous, so cosmically explosive that the Western Church spent centuries cutting them out, banning them, burning them, or pretending they never existed. Books that describe the origin of evil, not as human failure, but as a cosmic rebellion. Books that speak of watchers, archons, hybrid beings, other realms, forgotten dimensions, and a human destiny far greater than the world wants you to believe. This is the story of the Ethiopian Bible, the only canon on earth that still contains the full book of Enoch, the book of Jubilees, the Ascension of Isaiah, the book of the giants, and dozens of writings early Christians used, but institutional Christianity rejected. And the deeper question is, why did Ethiopia preserve these texts when Rome erased them? And what truth inside them was so threatening that the world wasn't allowed to see it? Welcome to Gnostic Codex. If you're drawn to forgotten scriptures, hidden origins, and the spiritual history beneath the surface story, subscribe now. This is just the beginning. Before Christianity split into denominations, before councils and creeds, before Rome built an empire out of a religion, there were many Bibles. Different communities used different sacred books. Early Christians quoted Enoch, Jubilees, wisdom texts, apocalypses, cosmological writings, angelic hierarchies. There was no single canon, no official Bible. It was only in the 4th century, when Christianity became politically useful, that the empire decided to standardize scripture. And what do you do when you need control? You narrow the story. You remove books that question authority. You suppress cosmologies that don't fit your structure. You cut out everything that suggests humans have divine origin or direct access to God without institutions. So the councils removed dozens of sacred books. But one ancient community refused to let them go. The Ethiopian Church didn't come from Rome. It didn't inherit a filtered canon. It preserved an older one, older than Europe, older than the Vatican, older than the canon most Christians use today. The Ethiopian canon is massive. 81 books, including texts banned everywhere else. But it's not just the size that matters. It's the nature of the books. They describe a universe full of layers, realms, beings, spiritual warfare, cosmic justice, and hidden knowledge. They preserve the idea that humanity carries a divine spark. Angels interacted with humans. Beings not created by God interfered with human evolution. The material world is not the highest reality. Salvation is an awakening, not obedience. This is why some scholars say Ethiopia preserved Christianity before Christianity became Rome. And suddenly, the puzzle pieces begin to fit. Enoch is the most controversial ancient text ever written. It claims that humans learned war, makeup, sorcery, metallurgy, astrology, and domination not from God but from fallen beings, that these beings corrupted the world, that hybrid beings roamed ancient earth, that creation became a battleground, that humans carry knowledge meant for angels, that judgment comes because the cosmos demands equilibrium. But here's the key. Every early Christian knew Enoch. Jesus quotes it. Peter quotes it. Jude quotes it, verbatim. It was part of the prophetic tradition, until Rome banned it. But Ethiopia did not. They kept it because they recognized what Enoch truly was, a map of cosmic resistance, a warning about false rulers, a declaration that humanity carries a divine spark not created by the powers that rule this world. And that idea is profoundly Gnostic. In the Ethiopian scriptures, the watchers are not metaphors. They are real beings who descended into the material realm and corrupted it. The Gnostics called these beings Archons, cosmic rulers of the lower world, blind creators, counterfeit authorities. Ethiopia preserved stories of dimensional descent, manipulation of human destiny, interference with creation, hybridization wars among higher intelligences. These are not the stories of a simple moral religion. These are the stories of a universe in conflict. The Ethiopian Bible implies a truth institutional Christianity could never allow. Humanity is not helpless. We are part of a cosmic lineage. We carry the memory of the higher realms, and awakening is our birthright. Another text preserved only in Ethiopia is the Ascension of Isaiah. It describes Isaiah witnessing the structure of the seven heavens angels, who guard each realm, the fall of the dark powers, the disguise worn by Christ to enter the material world, unseen the deception of the rulers who think they control earth. This text destroys the simplistic idea of heaven and hell. It describes a layered universe, exactly what Gnostic writings, Hermetic texts, and ancient mystics taught. Why did Rome remove it? Because it implies Jesus didn't come to start a religion. He came to infiltrate the lower realms. He came to awaken sleeping souls. He came to expose the counterfeit powers. He came as a cosmic liberator, not an imperial figure. This is the Jesus the world wasn't allowed to know. Here is the uncomfortable truth. The Ethiopian canon makes Christianity too big, too cosmic, too ancient, too mystical, too resistant to authority. You cannot build an empire around a religion that teaches the world is ruled by lesser powers, humans carry divine essence, awakening is liberation. The institutional church is not the mediator, knowledge, not obedience, transforms the soul. So the empire made a decision. Remove the cosmic books. Remove the mystical books. Remove the books that question the system. Remove the books that say, the rulers of this world are not divine. But Ethiopia kept the memory. If you're watching this, it's probably because you've always felt that something about the official story of Christianity is incomplete. Maybe you sensed that the Bible feels edited, fragmented, simplified, sanitized. And you're right. The Ethiopian Bible exposes the truth. Christianity once knew far more than it remembers. Humanity once understood far more than it sees now. And your soul is older than the world wants you to realize. These ancient books weren't meant to make you obey God. They were meant to make you remember God. The God beyond the world, beyond the Archons, beyond the counterfeit powers. The God who placed the spark within you. If this video stirred something inside you, if a part of you felt like you weren't learning but remembering, that's not an accident. The ancient texts say, when the spark hears the truth, it awakens. If you want to explore more hidden scriptures, forbidden histories, and the real cosmic story behind early Christianity, subscribe to Gnostic Codex. This is not just knowledge, it's remembrance, and we're only beginning.